What's up, beautiful people of this earth, and welcome to episode 128 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room, and today I want to give you all the Week 3 recap around the NFL. A lot of fun, excitement, and drama in these games. So let's start it off with the Thursday night football game. The Browns beating the Steelers 29-17. Jacoby Brissett, 220 passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Nick Chubb, 113 rushing yards, along with the touchdown. Amari Cooper, 7 catches, 101 and a touchdown. And tight end David Njoku, 9 catches, 89 yards for a touchdown. Steelers quarterback Mitch Trubisky, 211 passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a rushing touchdown. Najee Harris, 56 rushing yards and a touchdown. And receiver Deontay Johnson, 8 catches for 84 yards. So the Browns moved to 2-1 after beating their division rival. I thought their QB, Jacoby Brissett, played a great football, did not turn the ball over once, and Cleveland's run game was unstoppable. And credit to the Browns defense for making sure the Steelers offense could not get going at all. No TJ Watt on the defensive side for the Steelers, and so therefore the Steelers defense struggles yet again, and Mitch Trubisky just played awful at the quarterback position. And will there be a quarterback change coming to Pittsburgh soon? I don't know. We'll have to find out. As for the Sunday games, the Dolphins beat the Bills 21-19. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, 186 passing, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. Chase Edmonds had 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and Jalen Waddle, 4 catches for 102 yards. As for Bills quarterback Josh Allen, 400 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a fumble. Running back Devin Singletary had 9 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. And receiver Isaiah McKenzie, 7 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. And like I said, Miami would get the upset. I called it, especially once I saw that the Bills defense was all banged up. I thought Miami would definitely pull this off. And Tua and the offense played turnover-free football. Miami's defense stepped up big, didn't let Josh Allen run all over them. They took Stephon Diggs out of the game, out of Josh Allen's game plan, and they hit Allen a few times. They sacked him 4 times and just made him feel uncomfortable, which he didn't really have to deal with this season so far. And Miami had the butt punt instead of the butt fumble. They were backed up in their own end zone. They had to punt it. It hit off a Dolphins player's butt, went out of bounds. Luckily, they got the safety instead of getting a touchdown, instead of the Bills recovering for a touchdown. So the Bills got the ball back with a little less than a minute left of the fourth quarter. And, all the Bills had to do is go downfield and kick a field goal, and they would have won. But Miami's defense stayed strong, and because of that, the Dolphins are now 3-0 in first place in the AFC East. I saw Tua Tagovailoa smack his head on the ground in that game. I hope he's all right. I haven't really found out anything more about that injury. Next is the Bengals beating the Jets 27-12. Joe Burrow, 275 passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Tyler Boyd, 4 catches for 105 and a touchdown, and Jamar Chase had a touchdown catch on the afternoon. Joe Flacco of the Jets, 285 passing, 0 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, and tight end Tyler Conklin, 8 catches for 84 yards. The Bengals get their first win of the season, which is a big win because the Super Bowl runner-ups don't want to start off 0-3 on the season. And Joe Burrow looked like the old Joe Burrow that we know, and that's probably because he only got sacked 2 times instead of getting sacked 7 times in Week 1 and 6 times in Week 2. Joe Flacco showed why he can't be the Jets quarterback going forward in the season with his lackluster performance. They have Zach Wilson, the much younger guy. So next game, if Zach Wilson is healthy, I expect him out there. Next is the Titans beating the Raiders 24-22. Ryan Tannehill, 264 passing, a touchdown, 1 interception, and a rushing touchdown. Derrick Henry, 85 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. And receiver Robert Woods, 4 catches for 85 yards. Derek Carr of the Raiders, 303 passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Matt Collins, 8 catches for $158 and a touchdown. And receiver Devontae Adams had a touchdown grab. So the Titans avoid going 0-3 as they win a tight game versus the Raiders. The Titans were finally able to get Derrick Henry going, not just on the ground, in the passing game as well. And Ryan Tannehill, I thought, played solid too. The last few weeks for him have been very tough, but he put his foot on the gas and he played really well. The Raiders are now 0-3, and they're the only 0-3 team in the NFL. And it doesn't look too good on the Raiders. Their defense is absolutely atrocious, but their offense on paper looks good. They just can't get it together in the game. Next is the Panthers beating the Saints 22-14. Baker Mayfield, 170, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey, 108 yards rushing. And Laviska Shenault in his Panthers debut, 2 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Jameis Winston of the Saints, 353 passing, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. The rookie receiver, Chris Olave, had 9 catches for 147, and Traquan Smith had 4 catches for 105 yards. So the Panthers get their first win of the season. Baker Mayfield gets his first win as a Panther and had a solid game as well. The Panthers' run game was also on point. And shout out to the Panthers' defense. 2 interceptions, a sack, and a fumble 6, which was caused by Alvin Kamara. As for Jameis Winston and the Saints offense, they've been truly awful the last couple weeks. Jameis Winston looks like the Tampa Bay Jameis Winston we were used to a few years ago. Next is the Colts beating the Chiefs 20-17. Matt Ryan, 222 passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a fumble. Michael Pittman Jr., 8 catches for 72 yards. And the rookie tight end, Jelani Woods, he had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. Good day for him. As for Patrick Mahomes, 262 passing, a touchdown and an interception. Travis Kelce had a receiving touchdown, and Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 catches for 89 yards. The Colts pull off a huge upset for their first win of the season. Matt Ryan played his best game in a Colts uniform so far, and Colts special teams came up with a big day. They were able to cause a fumble on the first punt of the game. It was rookie receiver Sky Moore of the Chiefs who fumbled the catch. He went to fair catch it, but bobbled it, and the Colts were able to cover, and that led to 7 Colts points after. They also stopped the fake punt around midfield, which was also huge, and nothing went well for the Chiefs at all. They pretty much beat themselves. No Harrison Butker kicking, so Matt Amendola misses a crucial kick in the late game, and the defensive end, Chris Jones, wipes away a sack because he was taunting, and that gave life to the Colts, which they were able to go downfield and get the win after that taunting call. Next is the Ravens beating the Patriots 37-26. Lamar Jackson, 218 passing, 4 touchdowns, an interception, 107 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. Tight end Mark Andrews, 8 catches, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And as for Mac Jones of the Patriots, 321 passing, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a rushing touchdown, and he hurt his ankle, and he'll be out until further notice. Receiver Devontae Parker, 5 catches for 156. And Lamar has another amazing game, video game-like stats. The Ravens need to pay that man. He's in the MVP talk for sure. The Pats were able to hang in there until late in the game, and Mac Jones kind of threw the game away. And, he's hurt now, but speedy recovery. It sucks seeing a young quarterback get hurt this badly in his career. Next is the Vikings beating the Lions 28-24. Kirk Cousins, 260 passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Dalvin Cook had a rushing touchdown and a fumble. Adam Thielen had a receiving touchdown, and KJ Osborne had a game-winning touchdown catch. Jared Goff of the Lions, 277 passing, a touchdown, and an interception. Jamal Williams had 2 rushing touchdowns on the afternoon, and Josh Reynolds, 6 catches for 90 yards. The Vikings move to 2-1, but it was not easy for them. They found themselves down 14-0 early in the game. Dalvin Cook left with an injury in the third quarter. The Vikings were still able to prevail and get the win. As for the Lions, they lose another heartbreaker. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Lions kicker misses a field goal that would have put them up by a touchdown, but instead it leads to a Vikings touchdown that seals the game for the Vikings. And this is absolutely crushing if you're the Lions or a Lions fan. Next is the Eagles taking care of the Commanders 24-8. Jalen Hurts, 340 passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Devontae Smith, 8 catches for $169 and a touchdown. And A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. Carson Wentz of the Commanders, 211 passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a fumble. Terry McLaurin, 6 catches for 102. The Eagles go to 3-0 after cruising past the Commanders. Both Eagles offense and defense did their job. Hurts played absolutely flawless. You see a lot of improvements from him. And I hate the Eagles, but they do look sharp out on that field, no doubt. This is no revenge game for Carson Wentz. The Eagles defense welcomed him back by sacking him 9 times, forcing a fumble for him. And it was just a tough day at the office for Wentz and the rest of the Commanders football team. Next is the Bears beating the Texans 23-20. Justin Fields, 106. 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Khalil Herbert, 157 rushing and 2 touchdowns in the rushing department. And for Texans, Quarterback Davis Mills, 245 passing, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. And the rookie Dameon Pierce, 80 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. The Bears moved to 2-1 with a win over the Texans. Justin Fields struggled passing yet again, but he got a lot of help from his running back and running game. And the Texans defense was able to get after Justin Fields, pick him off twice and sack him 5 times. But Davis Mills and the offense could not help out that defense. The Texans are winless at the season with a 0-win, 2-loss, and 1-tie record. Up next, we got the Jaguars beating up the Chargers 38-10. Trevor Lawrence, 262 passing, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Running back James Robinson, 100 rushing yards and a touchdown. Christian Kirk, 6 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. Zay Jones, 10 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. And as for Justin Herbert, 297 passing, a touchdown, interception, and a fumble. And Josh Palmer, 6 catches for 99 yards. The Jaguars make a big statement with this blowout win versus the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence was phenomenal, and it's amazing what a new coach can do, such as Doug Peterson, how he can help this young quarterback flourish and grow. As for Justin Herbert, he just looked awful out there. I think the ribs still bothered him. They should have just let him rest and not embarrass himself, and they could have let Chase Daniel start. I don't know what the Chargers were thinking there. Next is the Rams beating the Cardinals 20-12. Matt Stafford, 249 passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Cam Akers, 61 rushing yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. Cooper Kupp, 4 catches, 44 yards, and a rushing touchdown on the afternoon. Kyler Murray, 314 passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Hollywood Brown, 14 catches for $140. So the Rams get a win over a division rival. Big thanks was to their running game. They ran all over the Cardinals' defense. And the Rams defense was able to stop big plays from Kyler Murray. Were able to shut down the Cardinals run game as well. Next is the Packers beating the Bucs 14-12. Aaron Rodgers, 255, 2 touchdowns and an interception. The rookie Romeo Doubs, 8 catches, 73 yards and a touchdown. Tom Brady, 271 passing, a touchdown, 0 interceptions. And Russell Gage, 12 catches, 87 yards, a touchdown, and a fumble. In the battle of 12s and in the battle of the 2 best QBs of all time, Rodgers walks away with the win this time. And this game was just a defensive battle. The Bucs defense had an interception, a forced fumble, and a sack. Meanwhile, the Packers defense had 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. And no wide receivers for Tom Brady, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. Brady he did not look good out there, that's for sure. Next is the Falcons taking on the Seahawks 27-23. Marcus Mariota, 229 passing, a TD, an interception, a rushing touchdown, and a fumble. Cordell Patterson, 141 rushing yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 5 catches for 87 yards, and the rookie Drake London had a touchdown catch. Geno Smith of the Seahawks, 325 passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Tyler Lockett, 9 catches for 76 yards. And DK Metcalf had a touchdown catch on the afternoon. So the Falcons get their first win of the season on the road in a tough environment, which is in Seattle. They got it done with their run game. Marcus Mariota wasn't particularly that great, but Cordell Patterson really ran all over that Seahawks defense. Next is the Broncos beating the Niners 11-10. Russell Wilson, 184 passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Cortland Sutton, 8 catches for 97 yards, and Melvin Gordon had a rushing touchdown. As for Jimmy G, 211 passing, a touchdown, interception, and a fumble. Deebo Samuel had 5 catches for 73 yards, and Brandon Ayuk had a touchdown catch. So the Broncos got a win on Sunday Night Football, and I'm sorry, Niners fans, but Russell Wilson still owns you guys. And it wasn't the prettiest of wins, but yet a win is a win, and the Broncos offense continued to struggle. Their play calling was absolutely atrocious, but the Broncos defense showed up with 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, an interception, a safety, and they only allowed 10 points. And Jimmy G was just absolutely terrible. He gave up a safety in the end zone, just like Dan Orlovsky when he was in the end zone running back, and he actually stepped out of bounds, which is 2 points, which is a safety. And Jimmy G's IQ, though, is elite. I got to give it to him. He gave up a safety because when he stepped out of bounds and then he threw the ball, it led to a pick 6. So instead of giving up 6, he only gave 2. Smart play by Jimmy G. And I don't get what happened with Deebo Samuel. He went off in the first half. I don't know why they did not give him the ball at all in the second half. Just awful play calling by Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion. The final game is the Monday night game. The Cowboys beating the Giants 23-16. Cooper Rush, 215 passing, a touchdown, no interceptions. CeeDee Lamb, 8 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Tony Pollard, 105 rushing yards. Zeke Elliott, 73 rushing yards and a touchdown. As for Daniel Jones, 196 passing, 0 touchdowns, an interception, and 79 rushing yards. Saquon Barkley, 81 rushing yards, plus a touchdown, and then he had 4 catches for 45 yards. And how about them Cowboys beating the 2-0 Giants at the time? Another win and another solid performance by backup quarterback Cooper Rush. Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott ran all over that Giants defense all night. And then what a huge bounce back for CeeDee Lamb. He dropped a wide open touchdown catch, but in the second half he started to cook. Besides the big play from Saquon Barkley, the home run hitting touchdown, the Dallas defense played pretty good. They had 5 sacks, 3 of which came from DeMarcus Lawrence. They got an interception late in the game to seal it from Trayvon Diggs, and they pressured Daniel Jones all night long. Every time it seems like Daniel Jones took a snap, there's Cowboys defenders in his face. Barkley was the entire Giants offense, as most of you know, and Daniel Jones really didn't do anything special, especially in the passing game, but he did have a few good runs. So that's it. Thank you all for listening to my Week 3 recap. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my Instagram page. Do what you can to like, share, and promote my page. Thank you all. Have a wonderful night.